ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another edition of On the Mic with Mike. I'm your host, Mike Larkin, and joining me today is adult star and a great content creator in her own right, the one, the only Miss Stacy Lynn. How are you, Stacy?
I'm good. How's everybody?
I am good. First and foremost, folks, if you have not checked out Stacy's work on social media, whether it be on Twitter, whether it be on ManyVids, there's so many great adult content creator websites and all around. I gotta say, not only are you a hell of a follow, but you've been putting out a lot of great work recently, Stacy.
Thank you. I try hard. I really enjoy what I do and really want to put out great work for all my fans.
Let's start it there because first and foremost, what I love about the adult entertainment industry as well as content creation, folks, not only the hard work and everything that goes into it, because it is an art form in its own right, my friends, but let's talk about how we got into the adult entertainment industry. What kind of gravitated you towards it? And number two, just talk about your overall thus far within the adult entertainment industry. What gravitated you towards it?
Well, first, what gravitated me towards it was I've actually been modeling for quite a long time. And I got into boudoir modeling and doing some lingerie shoots and just started putting it out there on my Instagram. And next thing I know, I got reached out by a couple of producers within the porn industry. It's always something that I've always wanted to do. I just really never understood how to get into it. And it just kind of opened up the door for me, and it was an opportunity that I definitely knew that it was something I wanted to do. I wasn't going to turn the opportunity down, and I went for it. And here I am, almost 2 years into it.
First of all, awesome. But also number two, I look at it like this. I think what's great about the world of modeling is as well as, man, we got a lot of great, amazing, and beautiful people out there that really showcase their internal and external beauty within their overall being and foundation. I look at it like this because from cam modeling and modeling, even kind of gravitating towards the adult entertainment industry, it really does showcase not only confidence, it also just it overall showcases just the overall exhibition and the overall experience to really go out there and be yourself and be free and let yourself, dare I say, the freak flag fly. But also number two, it's really cool kind of see how many people transition from modeling to the adult entertainment industry, right? It's almost like a hand in glove, so to speak.
Oh, absolutely. But for me, even porn, just the whole sexual nature altogether, it's an art form, and I absolutely love it. It's a form of expression. I know in America it's like taboo and something done behind closed doors, but it's really not. Like you said, the I can't even talk today. But the expeditionism in it's a lot of fun. It's a lot for me. It's expressing myself in an artistic form with my co-stars and just putting on an artistic show for my fans and their fans to see and for the world to see. And just let people know that, this is all of me. I'm not ashamed of it. Like you said, I appreciate all the comments about my inner beauty as well as my external beauty, but it's definitely, it's something that I possess. It's something that I'm carefree, characteristic. You got that charisma and everything. So just to show the world, just everything about it, it's a lot of fun. And I'm really glad that people enjoy it.
I look at it like this because I'll be honest, as a kid growing up in the 90s, like we have our like internet babes, like the Jenna Jamesons and the Pamela Andersons, right, folks? And then we get to even shows like we had HBO back in the day, like we had the Taxi Cab Confessions, the Cat Houses series, the Cinemaxes, the Skinemaxes, if you will, at like 2 or 3 o'clock at night. I think we've come such a long way from something like we mentioned the word taboo. It's like, okay, this is what we had back in the 90s, 2000s, but we're in 2024, gosh darn it. I mean, we have the years of like with everything that went down during COVID, like how ManyVids and OnlyFans really, started to really accumulate a lot for business. And we talk about the business aspect and the art form aspect. I think what's great about it today's day and age, it's more normalized, number one, but also number two, at the end of the day, growing your business, growing your brand. And at the end of the day, it's also that C word. It's the community. And you got to love the community that people are really starting to realize that and really become one. And like we talk about, not only normalizing, but we're in much more of a more open-mindedness than what we had back in the day in the years of taboo and when we used to just would see regular sites as opposed to streaming sites now, like our X-Hamsters, our Pornhubs, our X-Videos. There's more out there to accumulate and view and watch pornography and adult entertainment.
Oh, absolutely. The internet has definitely completely reformed the porn industry, as well as making it a lot more out there for individuals to go out there, find their niche of what they enjoy, what gets them going, and be able to find that out there and to see what they want, to get that gratification that they love, or for people like me to see the artistic form that they love. So I definitely agree. It's actually funny that you say that, you know, the Skinamax, the HBO and everything. I literally remember growing up and finding Debbie Does Dallas in my dad and my uncle's porn collection. And that was my first porn I've ever watched. And ever since then, I was just like, this is so exciting. This is so cool. It's acting, it's people doing that. You know, most people probably see their first porn and like, oh my gosh, me, it was like eyes wide open watching it. And I always will remember that movie, Debbie Does Dallas.
No, I'm right there with you, and I'll take everyone back for this. So I mentioned being born in 1992, man. We talk about the internet babes in the 90s, but like I think the first ever porn I ever came across, and it's funny. There was a porn site back in the day called girlshuntinggirls.com, folks. Now, obviously, you see about Naughty America and so many sites out there, but girlshuntinggirls.com is exactly what you heard. There was girls in the van, and then they would pick up another girl, and it would either be girl on girl on girl or a one-on-one action. And then like Spider Babe was very apparent at the time and very popular because Tobey Maguire had just been in Spider-Man, and like you had Spider Babe, which was the counterpart in the adult side of things of what we get to see of the girl saves them, like Tobey Maguire would save them, but you have sex with them, and that would lead to great sex scenes. And I think I remember seeing that video. Oh my goodness, like a Hollywood Video, and like they're in the art section, a friggin' Hollywood Video, like they actually had that in the Hollywood Video back at the time. So, like I mentioned, it's stuff like that. Not only would some say it's kind of cheesy, but I also look at it from a stance now. You can't remember what you see. Like it sticks with you. Like the first time you come across pornographic nature, whether it be magazine or film, it sticks with you, and it really expands the horizons and showcases your sexual urges, so to speak.
Oh, absolutely. And that's the greatest thing about sex. It's there for you to experience. It's there for you to enjoy, you know, and everybody has their own comfortabilities, you know, in how they express themselves sexually. But the greatest thing about porn is you get to see everything that you want. You know, if you have a particular niche that you like, you can go look at it and enjoy it. And, you know, even today with your webcam models, you can do one-on-one with, you know, what that one particular niche that you enjoy. So I'm absolutely excited to see where it's going. I know we still have a few setbacks with, you know, different web pages changing different formats with, you know, with porn. And it is still viewed very taboo, but I definitely think that we're growing. And the place that we're moving is definitely opening up a whole lot more doors. And people are finally breaking out of their shells and realizing that, oh my gosh, this is so much fun. This is for us to enjoy ourselves. So it's definitely really neat.
We're kind of like the gorillas, to make a pop culture reference of what adults is. Finally, someone let us out of our cages, so to speak. I mean, we look at it from a stance like this. You talk about taboo. Look at Sade back in the day of The Sweetest Taboo. George Michael, I Want Your Sex. We see it really resonating in popular culture from the evolutions of the 80s, 90s, 2000s, and including the 2010s and the 2020s, so to speak. But I look at it like this as well, to add on to your point, and I also have to ask this question because this one over here always styles and profiles within her imagery, and I got to say, first and foremost, whether you're dressing like a Santa Claus or a Santa's little helper, whether you're looking as casual as you are here, looking as only as you can look, I have to ask you from the modeling side of things, is you do rock some great lingerie, man. We got to put that into the forefront here. I wanted to ask you about some of your great lingerie because if anything like we see within your Twitter, with your overall work, I got to ask you, what's some of your favorite lingerie? Because you can rock it, you can sport it, and you can look as only as you can look. I had to ask from the fashion and aesthetic side of things.
So for my lingerie, I just find stuff that I like, whether it be Amazon, whether it be your boutique stores, lingerie stores at the mall, the shopping center, the Galleria. It just something that just stands out to me is something that I gravitate towards, and I try it on if I can. If not, guess for the right size and hope that it works. But no, that's like I said, I got my start in boudoir photography. So definitely, you know, lingerie to me is just that it lures people in. It's definitely, lingerie is art in itself. I mean, these designers that design the stuff that I wear, I absolutely love it. I see their artwork and I want to add it to me, and I want to continue that artwork out there. So I definitely love lingerie, and I don't really have like anything particular. I see something that I just absolutely find beautiful. And like I said, I look at most of the stuff artistically. So the colors, the lace, the straps, the way the corsets sit, everything like that, that's just what draws me in. You know, it's a little bit of that attention to detail, the details that are in the lingerie itself. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, that looks so beautiful, very artistic. and I go and get it. I've definitely spent a lot of money on lingerie, and I've also like I've literally bought some pieces that you guys have seen me in on Amazon for on Prime Day special for like $250. I'm not gonna lie.
Well, I think it's we mentioned the fact of the style and aesthetic, and I like how you also brought into the detail of the subtleties, intricacies, and nuances that really go into the outfit, into the overall look and the aesthetic. And I gotta say, first and foremost, I think it also adds to the badassery because for those that see the external one over here with Miss Stacy Lynn, you rock the tattoos, you rock this, you rock that. I think everything that we do within our performance and our overall entertainment value, it's all about having that gravitational pull, which you and many of great talents have, Miss Stacy Lynn. But I also look at it from a stance too as well. Not only if you got it, flaunt it, but also at the same time, man, it's also badassery. It really does show a lot of empowerment, confidence, and dare I say, elegance within the style, the aesthetic, and one's being. So there's many terms of endearment that really come to what you do in front of the camera and behind the camera, and it's always a constant grind.
Oh, absolutely. And like I said, I just like to me everything is just it's art, and that's just the way that I've always seen this. I've seen the industry and everything. It's art in motion. And so I definitely like the small details and stuff like that. Definitely like to, adapt the makeup to go with what I'm wearing and try to find the outfits. Like half the time I have so many outfits and I'm just like, all right, I got to figure out a backdrop to wear this so it looks good. You just don't want to jump in a white room with pink sheets, I'd be like, no, I really need to get outside for this one. And I've done that. And I'm really lucky to have a lot of locations to be able to film and take pictures in. And I'm an amazing partner with Crown Unlimited Media, who does amazing camera work for me, my partner, Chris Rock. So it's definitely a great opportunity that I've fallen into with this in the porn industry and everything, and my partner. So it's definitely helped a whole lot. And like I said, it's just, you find those fun outfits, you get them going, you get the makeup and everything. I look in the mirror and I'm just like, oh my gosh, this is going to be so much fun. And then find the right backdrop and just let the art work.
Beautifully and eloquently stated, my dear friend. Now I have to ask you as well, because you've had a lot of great scenes as well. I mean, Adam Castle with the peanut butter, for God's sake. I mean, you included peanut butter within your work, which is one of the great scenes that you've done. You've worked with Smash Thompson. You've worked with Michelle Daniel and Belle Dewar. Like, I got to say, let's talk about first and foremost the peanut butter one, because first and foremost, you're including peanut butter in the sensuality of the food category into the film. And number two, I got to say, I have seen that scene. Very nice scene and very much attention to detail and everything that goes within the sensuality. That's one of my favorites.
No, absolutely. I love that scene. And I love Adam. He's an amazing person to work with. And we were sitting there just kind of contemplating, and he came up with that scene. And I was just like, oh my gosh, I love it. I think that's amazing. And definitely going into it and all that, it being his special peanut butter, I was like, oh yes, let's go. And just kept going with it. And it was so much fun. I definitely love the quirkiness too. Because like we all know, like, you sit there, you get into an elevator, and you listen to elevator music, and Temple's Beach, be like, oh yeah, this would be a great background, song for a porno, and, just the cheesy pizza delivery things, stuff like that. Like, that's what porn is. It's got that fun quirkiness to it. And so when we got into that scene, I was just like, oh my gosh, this is perfect. It's original. It's something that I've never seen before, but it has that fun porn quirkiness to it. And yeah, we were able to adapt the food, the special peanut butter into that one, and it was so much fun. And it definitely was. It was a great scene. And like I said, Adam did really good work. That was just him and I in that one, and working the cameras and everything and doing the editing. So it came out amazing. And I definitely have to thank Adam for that one as well.
It's kind of like, and I like how you mentioned the attention to detail for this one, because it's like when you're a kid, and I even remember this site, like the big sausage pizza, like the pizza delivery, you have the hole in the middle, boom, here's the junk. It's stuff like that is not only the storytelling into it, but also the quirkiness and entertainment factor. I think stuff like that, you need it also with porn, because we talk about the adult side of things and the art form. I think a fun story like that really goes into it. And also, I could tell from looking at your work in front of the camera, like I mentioned, not only do you showcase that professionalism, but it does show that you love what you're doing. And I think a lot of people can gravitate towards that, especially with Peanut Butter as well in this particular film. But I had Michelle Daniel also as well not too long ago on the show. You two have a more great chemistry and synergy together. I got to say, you two really showcase that real deal sex appeal mixed with elegance and whatnot. So I have to ask you about Michelle as well, because she is another one that is really on the rise and really showcasing her stuff as well.
Oh, absolutely. Michelle is an amazing friend, let alone a co-star. And I absolutely love working with her and putting things together with her. But yeah, we definitely do. We have great on-camera chemistry, but even off the camera, we're great friends and definitely able to just put stuff together. It's kind of fun, you know. After some time, it's just like I like to call her up and be like, "Hey, girl, it's been a while. Let's have some fun. Let's film something." So definitely a great person to work with who does amazing work. And of course, she's gorgeous and just absolutely fun to be on camera with.
I gotta say, whether it's you two rocking the dresses or lingerie, I gotta say it's the poise and everything. I gotta put that over because these two, if you've seen them together, if you've seen them apart, I gotta say y'all rock some dresses and looking classy. You know what I'm saying? Mixed with a little sensuality. I dig it. I like it because it does show within both of your works, respectively, and whether the synergy and everything is together and the cohesiveness. I love it. And another thing I do also have to mention as well, we mentioned a man like Smash Thompson that you have also worked with, a man who's worked with great trans talents and does some great work in himself. I wanted to ask you about that because he's another one who's very legendary with his films and all the great talents that he's worked with. I wanted to ask you about Smash Thompson.
Oh, he's another great friend, and I absolutely love working with him. He just like me and him. That's another person that I just have great chemistry with on camera. But another fun thing about Smash is just again another person with just that's very open. Has got a little bit of that quirkiness, but at the same time, he just has his own vibe, and his vibe works perfectly with mine. I mean, every time we've gotten together and we filmed something, it always comes out amazing. And I absolutely love it. And we work very well together. He's a great person. And even, you know, off scene, me and him, that's another one that I'm really good friends with. And he's just an amazing person. Definitely someone who will get you laughing. I'm not going to lie. There was like definitely at the TO Awards, we were staying in an Airbnb together along with a bunch of other stars. And that guy at the end of the night had me rolling every night. It was absolutely hilarious. He's got this great quirkiness to him. And it's just something that we've even incorporated into on scene. Like my Primal King video. Smash is a very primal person when it comes to sexuality and just really goes after it. I like the way, like literally you get him excited and he starts to purr like and like a lion. So that's literally where the Primal King thing came up. Me and him were at a pool party together and just started, you know, got together, started talking and everything, and we're hanging out, listening to some music, started dancing. This guy starts purring into my ear. I'm like, oh my gosh. And immediately Primal King came in. I was like, I'm going to go get some cheetah print lingerie for this one. And it came out amazing.
I think that's our animalistic tendencies and ventures really taking over us. I love that too as well. Because I got to say, sometimes we got to let it loose. It's our dog in us, so to speak. Woof, with a little mixture of raw from the cheetah side of things. I think that's great. And also, not only does it showcase evolution and fun and just overall the entertainment value, but I think to add on to your point, I think what I love about the TEAs and the award shows, I mean, such elegance, such class. I mean, what we've seen for many years with AVNs, TEAs, or whatever award show that we see in the adult entertainment industry, it's a great place to network. It's a great place to meet so many amazing people. I think the shows are always done so well with great categories, man. I think it's great just to see those really shined in, showed up and showed out, so to speak, within the limelight. I think it's great to see those really getting the attention that they deserve.
No, absolutely. It was amazing. I mean, I wasn't nominated at all this year, but just to be there and just to be in that environment with so many other people in the industry. I mean, it was so amazing. It was very uplifting too. You know, talking to some of the bigger stars that I remember looking at well before my transition, you know, and the people are just like, oh my gosh, I just wish I could do that kind of stuff that she's doing. And here I am doing it now. And it was a lot of fun. I definitely enjoyed it. Made new friends there for sure. And got to see other regular friends of mine that I just absolutely adore to be around.
I gotta say, what I love about you here, Miss Stacy Lynn, is like we talk about. We talk about that, dare I say, the MILF vibes, if you will. I'm talking the M to the I to the L to the F, number one. But also number two, again, I could tell just by your smile and everything you've done with people like Brooklyn, for people like Alexa Redmond. I gotta say, whether in multiple scenes or whether it's one-on-one, I think you do have a great energy within you and overall pizzazz and, dare I say, panache, if you will. So I gotta say, I cannot wait to see where your journey takes you. I've been really loving what you're doing so far.
Well, thank you. It is. It's totally a journey. I have no idea where I'm going with it, but I'm enjoying it. Definitely, we all wish that we could be just a step above of where we are, but definitely just getting to that next step it's been a joy, and I'm absolutely loving it. Like I will be starting to camp here pretty soon, been getting everything set up with that. Just trying to get the time and everything and get the scheduling down to do it all. And I'm definitely enjoying it. Doing regular trips out to Vegas. The nice thing where I'm at in Southern California, I'm close by to, the beaches, the LA area, the San Diego area, to work with other stars out here. So I'm definitely loving it. The great thing about only being a few hours away from Vegas is it is the hub. Everybody comes in there. So if need be, I can take off late at night, early in the morning. 4 hours later, I'm in town and I'm ready to work. So it's definitely been a lot of fun and getting there. Working with the different studios that I've had the opportunity to, and I'm even talking to a few others and hoping to get in with them really soon and make some great porn for y'all to enjoy. But I definitely have been loving it. It is something that I've always wanted. It's always been like a dream for me. But here I am living that dream. It's become a reality, and I'm just loving the journey. And like I said, I found an amazing partner that has definitely been loving this journey as well, and starting our small media company that she put together. And it's definitely helped so much with my career, as I have an amazing camera woman who loves to travel with me, loves to go everywhere with me and get everything done. And it's been absolutely amazing. I am so grateful for her. Because I definitely wouldn't be here. I wouldn't have the camera person. I mean, let's face it, nobody really likes just the tripod porn, although I have done some amazing shots with people on a tripods, but it is a lot better when you can have a camera person moving around and really getting all the good details and everything. And, it's also nice to have that extra set of eyes to be like, okay, no, here, and to definitely watch your lighting and everything and be able to get those great shots that you have, or tell you like, all right, hey, let's cut real quick. Okay, let's try this again, but let's go with this angle. And then you look at it later and you're just like, oh my gosh, that was so amazing. This is going to look great. Everyone's going to love it. So it's been a fun journey, and I just I'm enjoying the ride.
I like also how you put that too, because I was actually going to follow up with that. And great minds think alike, Miss Stacy Lynn, because I look at it from a stance like this: not only the creativity, but I think what's great about it too is, as well as a lot of people don't realize, because when you look at adult entertainment and porn, people just like, oh, it's the easiest job. You just sit there, sex occurs. I'm like, no, like lighting and everything that goes into it. And I love how you really broke that down, number one. But also number two, I also always appreciated the fact that what goes into a scene and what goes into it. Like we mentioned, like the Skinamaxes back in the day. Like folks, a lot of the times at 3 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock, when you're going into the weekend, here's a movie with Nicole Sheridan and Willow. It's like, all right, we've seen so many people like that because they were a married couple doing pornography at the time. But it's like, all right, it's the same stuff. I've seen it already. You need to have a spice of life. You need to have a variety with what you're doing, and providing that variety and providing that overall, dare I say, je ne sais quoi, and engagement really goes a long way. So I really love how you broke that down, because a lot of people don't even realize and see what goes into the content, number one, in front of the camera, behind the camera. And I think that's what makes a great scene awesome. And that's what also makes a great scene compelling to the consumer.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I don't think a lot of people realize, your average porn is anywhere from, 15 to 25 minutes. I have done scenes where we put out 40 minutes. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, like with me and Michelle, we have great chemistry. We just keep going. Next thing we know, we're like, we got to take a break and get some water. We look at the camera, we're like, oh my gosh, we just put 40 minutes down. But, it does. It takes a lot. Like the average scene when I'm shooting it, you see the end product of, about 20 to 30 minutes is where I try to keep all my videos. But that's like 4 or 5 hours of work. So it takes a lot. The attention to detail is really big. Getting that lighting just right. you know, having someone with the camera, okay, jump on the bed, make sure everything's good, make sure the bed doesn't squeak. I don't know how many times I've gone to a hotel room and I got my little Allen wrenches and a crescent wrench. I've literally had to tighten some headboards out there in the hotel room just so, you know, you don't have that squeaking or the banging or anything, because you want everything to focus on me moaning and groaning and my co-star moaning as well. So but it's a lot of fun though. I mean, it is work. A lot of people, you know, just say it's like, oh, you know, you just lay on your back and, you know, get screwed. It's like, no, I don't. It's a lot more work with that, you know, and working with your co-star too, you know, making sure that they're comfortable and making sure that they're hard. You know, sometimes you got to take a break and help them out.
I also like how you put that, because this one over here with Debbie Does Dallas, folks, I think I'll take it more old school as well with you too, because a lot of people talk about the golden age. I had the legendary Ginger Lynn on this show, and she's mostly known for like kinky business and the 80s pornography. It's like one of her infamous scenes in that movie was the shower scene. It's like, you do realize it's not just like shower scenes, folks. It's the lighting and how we get to that, because you're also equating it to the porn parody of one of the most legendary movies ever, that being Risky Business with Tom Cruise, right? So you're taking what you've seen in popular culture, much as that movie, and applying into the porn realm, like I mentioned Spider Babe earlier. It's like in My First Sex Teacher, like Naughty America, the premise is you got, like we all had our hot teachers and the student having sex with the teacher, and you have the desks to make it look like the classroom and equate to the scene of what you visualize and put out into your head, like that sweet, sweet fantasy baby, to quote Mariah Carey. So there's a lot that goes into it, from My Friend's Hot Mom with whatever house that they're in, like you mentioned, the squeaky beds, the hotel room, the intimate setting. There's a lot of, like we mentioned, details earlier in today's forum, but there's so much into it that I think a lot of people really need to appreciate, just because it's like, gosh dang it, man, I'm doing this not only for your entertainment, but I'm doing this to get the right precision, dare I say. We're using another P word. We're talking about the precision. So I love the fact that you really take the most attention to detail and what you want into your film, because I think that really goes and sets the tone that goes a long way.
Oh, absolutely. And that's a big thing. And even when it comes to even just the photo shoots, I mean, we'll sit there, we'll probably take, you know, over 1,000, almost 2,000 pictures. And we go through everything, we look at every little bit of it. Like at the end, it's like, okay, now we have it all the way down to 100 of where, you know, an eye isn't closed, or you're not blinking, or your hand isn't slightly blurred because you moved it that little, you know, little inch or whatever. So it's definitely, there is a lot into that, and breaking that down, that takes hours at times. Then you get your 100, and then you start, you know, going through everything and cleaning up the picture, bringing, you know, the forefront in there, blurring a little bit of the background, so that way your focus goes to where you want it to. And by the time you're done, like literally, I think I did a photo shoot with Chris from Comedia, and we had over 1,000 pictures. By the time we were done a week later, she's just like, all right, you know, I've been working on these. I've looked at every little detail. I am notorious for closing my eyes, and she can definitely attest to that one. And I blink at the worst time ever, you know, and then come down. Like we had 40 photos after a week's worth of work and looking through everything, and got those edited, and then was able to produce them and put them out there, and they came out amazing. But yeah, it does. It takes a lot of work. You know, it's always funny when I meet other people, and they're like, what do you do? I was like, well, I'm a porn star. They're like, oh, so you just have sex for work? And I was like, yeah, it's a small part. It's a small part. There's a lot more into it than just having sex, and, you know, and it's just, you know, a lot of people think of sex, you know, it's hilarious to talk to people that are just like, I don't know, you know, you look at marriages and people that are in there, you know, some people, sex isn't the greatest thing in their marriage or something in their life and all that. And it's just like, for me, like, it is a great thing for me because I only want it to be great. You know, I'm not going to sit there and put boring sex, make bad porn and put it out there. You know, I want something out there that's going to be fun, that people are going to enjoy. So it's definitely, you know, it's fun being a porn star because, the sex is work. It's not just having sex and enjoying it, picking up a random stranger in a bar. But the end product is a lot of fun. And filming it, it's amazing, especially when you have great co-stars that I've been very fortunate to work with. So, you know, you get there, you have your fun, you and everything, and then you look at the end product, you're just like, oh, this was great. I can't wait to work with this person again.
Gotta say, first and foremost, you certainly rock it till the wheels fall off. Hold up, if you will, ma'am. Also, I gotta say as well, man, I saw Emily Adair, and you had a great little, nice little photo session in Film Stars. I gotta put this out here, because this one just comes across my timeline over here with this. Once again, a great follow on Twitter. But I gotta say, man, number one, those shots came out, but also number two, dare I say, very nicely done, man. I gotta say, you two as well. Not only the chemistry, like I mentioned with the earlier stars that you worked with, but I gotta say, man, it was a great thing to come across the timeline. You guys look great.
Oh, absolutely. She was a pleasure to work with. I absolutely loved it. And yeah, our scene is actually releasing tomorrow, the bed and breakfast guest. So it definitely, that was a lot of fun and very fortunate. Actually, Alexa Redmond is the one who filmed that for us. So, definitely all of us stars working together and helping each other out. I unfortunately, I don't always get to have my camera girl with me everywhere I go. But that's another great thing about this industry is we're all here to help each other out. So, you got some other stars hanging around and all that. They're like, hey, can I please get some help? And somebody run that camera. And we're all like, I always say, yes, let's go for it. And as well as these other girls that I work with and even guys, they're always like, heck yeah, let's help you out. Let's do this. And, we pay everything forward. And that scene came out amazing. I am not going to lie. Editing that one, I was just like, dang, this was a lot of fun. Definitely wish I could relive some of these scenes right here, right now. But no, it's definitely going to be a good video. And I got a lot of good ones still to come. So I definitely enjoy making these, trying to get one out every week with me and another co-star. So it's been a lot of fun. And it's like I said, I've been loving this journey. It's been amazing. And the people that I've been fortunate to work with are absolutely amazing as well.
I will say the journey is worth taking, and you should be following this one on her journey because, dare I say, magnifique, fantastique. But also at the same time, man, I gotta say, I cannot wait to see where you continue to grow and shine as only as you can do, Miss Stacy Lynn. And I will say this, couple final notes before we close this out. The overture is here. Anytime you want to come back on for a round two, I'd love to have you. It's been a pleasure to talk to you.
Oh, absolutely. I would love to come back anytime.
Thank you very much. And all right, so we're going to get to the OnlyFans side of things just because we mentioned it earlier in the show. I just want to do another deep dive into this because we talked about the COVID time period, right? 2020, the world shut down. We can't really do much, right? So, OnlyFans comes into it and makes a great thing for content creators. We got many vids. We got so many things. We mentioned websites like back in the day with the Girls Hunting Girls and much stuff like that, Naughty Americas, and especially with the introductions of the X Hamsters, the X Videos, the Porn Hubs, what have you. I wanted to ask you, how awesome is it to see the community of OnlyFans, the many vids, and how we really evolved from where we were 80s, 90s, 2000s, 2010s, and especially into the 2020s? How much has that helped for you? Because, god dang it, man, you have a great OnlyFans page, number one. But also number two, it's some more great outlets for people to see your work.
Oh, absolutely. It is great. And it also takes that privacy into it as well. Back in the day, I would remember, if you wanted to see good porn, you had to, go into the bookstore, buy the magazines, go to the video stores, buy the videos, And for some people, it kind of takes them out of their comfort level. But being able to go home, be in their room, get on your phone nowadays and access what you want to see and feel comfortable looking at that stuff. It's absolutely amazing. It's always hilarious to me how many people I see a lot of fans even out in public, just around town and stuff like that. And I've had people go up and be like, I can't believe that I find trans women, attractive and everything. And it's just it doesn't matter what you are. If you find something attractive, that's awesome. I'm glad that you were able to find something that excites you. That's what I always tell them. It's don't worry about it. If you're worried about what other people say, then fine, keep it to yourself. But thank you for letting me know how great I'm doing. I always appreciate that. But that is a great thing. It allows people to have that, the personalness of it by having all these different venues to look at it. And that's the greatest thing too, because, we also do come from a society with a lot of judging, especially right now. Everybody's judging everything out there, and some people just want to be free of that. And that's definitely what these venues have done. You don't have to put on the sunglasses and a hat and a trench coat to go into a video store to buy the video that you want. You just pop online, spend the money, download it, you got it. So it's definitely, not only has it helped the industry and all of us stars and being able to put that stuff out there, but it's made it, available for everybody else out there and not feel judged or not feel, hindered in any way in finding what they like and being able to keep that to themselves and enjoy it. Whereas before, you definitely had to. I mean, I don't know how many times, you used to see all these distribution companies, like, oh, we promise private labels, the plain brown thing when they ship things, so it's definitely, it's come a long way, and it's definitely allowed a lot more people to discover what they enjoy and what they like. And I'm really happy to see that that's happening. And I can't wait to even see just not only my journey, but where porn finds itself. I mean, that's one thing I loved about living in Europe is how open everything was there. I mean, heck, you can go to any beach you want, and they're pretty much almost nude beaches. But it's not because of a sexual nature. It's just that's how people are there. And I really hope to start seeing more of that here. Because I think just really if we take the taboo out of it, people will see more of the art and more of the enjoyment that comes from it. And that's what I want more than anything else for everybody out there, is to have something that you enjoy and feel free to enjoy it.
First of all, I got to add on to this one over here with Europe over here. You got Euro trip images in my mind of the sex beaches and the Wonder sex and everything from Amsterdam on over. Hello, taking it back to 04 for everybody. But no, I love that because I agree with you. I think from what we see internationally speaking, I mean, the freedom, the nude beaches, and that's what I always appreciate about overseas, like you mentioned there. And first of all, just the funness of really being around different cultures and learning. But I think what I also do like about it too as well is, and I can say this first and foremost up and down like 6 o'clock, especially with today nowadays where we should be more united, not divided, more of this as opposed to this. I think in today's day and age, I think whether it's trans talent like yourself, who obviously we talk about the skills that kills, replace the S, put in the Z to really emphasize the overall skill that you and all women possess. I think in today's day and age, man, we got a lot of great human beings and wonderful human beings doing the damn thing. And y'all should subscribe and also just enjoy what they do and really open up the minds. So I think one of the greatest quotes that I've always heard, and I always stick with this, and I think you can concur with me on this, because it's been one of the operative words in today's forum, is life is an art form. We're all applying our crafts. Let's continue to apply our crafts in amazing fashion, right?
Absolutely. I completely agree with that, because that's what it is. Life is beauty. Like everyone says, you're supposed to stop and enjoy the beauty around you. Stop and smell the roses. I mean, that's what life is. There's so many beautiful things around us, and a lot of people just don't have the opportunity to realize that. But if you just take that split second and look at your horizon rather than to be focused on what going down the road, that horizon is so beautiful. So it's definitely amazing. And looking at the art aspect of all of this is just that. Literally, that's the biggest thing that I enjoy with porn, is the art that it is.
And one final question before we do get into the socials, but I will add to this because you popped me earlier with the sunglasses and the trench coat and the hat. You got us all looking like Inspector Gadget over here, just in disguise. Go Gadget, go. Hello. Taking it back to the cartoons nerdiness days, if you will. But I also do love the fact that, again, we talk about open-mindedness and expanding the horizons, folks. Get yourself out there. Check out some Stacy Lynn. Check out each and every performer out there, because it's good. Emphasis on the good stuff that is out there in today's society. And one final question before I have you promote the social medias, ma'am. As someone who's been doing the damn thing for 2 years, I know we've dropped a lot of knowledge and pearls of wisdom in today's forum, but I got to ask you, Stacy Lynn, based off your experience thus far, what advice would you give to a lot of the content creators, the models, dare I say, and dare I say the adult entertainers that really want to get into it now, or who are on the come up and just really are learning about this? What advice would you give them based off your experiences?
Have fun. Don't forget to have fun, and make sure that you're always having fun, because that's what it's supposed to be about. It's supposed to be about having fun and wanting to do this. And like I said, like for me, it's all about art, and enjoy making that art. A lot of times there is a lot of stress in this industry of getting things done right, trying to find that right niche, trying to get the right algorithm on the social medias and stuff like that. But all in all, and I'm so grateful for the people around me to remind me that I'm here to have the fun, smile, enjoy it, because that's what it's all about. It is a job. I'm not going to lie. It is a hustle. It is hard work. But all in all, just remember to have fun, because that's what it's all about. That's what life is all about. Life's all about having fun. And that's how I try to live my life. When I'm not out there making porn, I'm out there on my dirt bike having fun. So that's all I can say, is just don't forget to have fun with it. Don't forget to smile. It is going to be hard work, but just remember you're doing this because you love it and you enjoy it. So don't forget to have that fun.
Gotta say, first off, beautifully said and eloquently said. And heed to those words, ladies and gentlemen. But also, second time here. All right, we got to talk about this Jill of all trades over here. Model, porn star. I got to also add to the fact that she's been traveled to Europe. Now you got your dirt bike acting like it's Ultimate X the movie over here, friggin' with just the X Games and like your Travis Pastrana up in this bitch. I like your style, very motocross X. I like that, adding the dirt bike to it, which is also the adrenaline rush that goes into it. I think that's awesome.
Absolutely. And the funny thing is, a lot of people don't know this about me, but I actually race motocross. It is a huge passion of mine, right next to making good porn. So yeah, I split my time between in front of the camera, when I'm not behind the camera getting things set up, and then when I'm not doing that, I'm out there on two wheels riffing it and sending it. And actually, I'll be racing this weekend, and I'm really excited for that. So it's something that I enjoy. I've always been an adrenaline junkie. Racing is in my blood, and it's something that I totally enjoy to do. I don't enjoy some of the injuries. I had to miss out on a couple of shoots because of it, but it's life, and I'm here. You only live once, and I'm here to have as much fun as I can.
Now I have to give respect to that because again, that's my young days of just watching Ultimate X and movies like Brink on the Disney Channel and Motocross with Alana Austin. Hello, I know I'm taking it back for everybody, but I can always respect what we saw with the X Games and the motocross style of things because not only the adrenaline rush, and I will say this, and I recommend this to anybody: if you watch Ultimate X the movie, it's a great 45-minute documentary about the sport, and I've always appreciated too. Number one, just because of the extreme vibes that it gives off, and number two, like you mentioned, it's very free spirited. Yes, the injuries do suck like with any form of sports and craft and entertainment wise, but I gotta say, how fun, and just number one, have fun and be safe with what you're doing coming up, man. But god dang it, man, I love that, the wind in your hair, the free spirit, just letting it ride. I love it. I dig it.
Absolutely, and that's just something that I have. I've had a lot of life experiences, and definitely, when it all boils down to everything, it's just like I just want to have fun. And I want to do everything I can to have as much fun as I possibly can in life. There are days where it sucks. You're in the trenches working hard so you can have that fun. But like I say, work hard, play hard.
Hell yes. Hell to the yeah. All right now. And you wanted to also talk about art form. I know we mentioned it earlier and I mentioned it briefly, but we'll say it again. This badass one with the tattoos over here. The body is the temple and the canvas telling the stories. I love the tats, man. I got to give a shout out to the tats over here.
Absolutely. Again, like I said, life is art. It's always been an expression for me. Every tattoo has a story. Every tattoo has a meaning to me. Something, whether it was something that I learned, what different things represent, especially the different flowers and everything. I was just like, oh my gosh, that's part of my story. I want that on my body. That way, it's there for everyone to see. If you were to really know the story behind every tattoo, I'm a walking novel of art. Because like I said, they're all different stories of my past, my life, and even places where I want to see myself in the future. It's definitely what it is. And like I said, I love it. And I'm also one of those weird people who really enjoy tattoos. So most people like go to the massage parlor, get a nice massage. I'm at the tattoo parlor, and that's the same relief I get by getting them. So they feel good. I call it my needle therapy. And I enjoy it. But most importantly, when you're sitting there and you're getting them, it's just like, oh my gosh, this is going to be a beautiful piece for everybody else to enjoy as well.
I will say this, and I love the fact that you mentioned this from your junkie over here with your overall, the addiction factor of getting tattoos. Because I remember I got my first tattoo when I was 18, and it was a dedication to my grandfather. I still have on my arm, one of my favorite pieces. I also have a couple crosses on here. But I got to say, folks, there's nothing like going to the tattoo parlor on the weekend, like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, just getting that sketch done and getting the ink done. I got to say, my mom even went tattooed with me. So I got to say, when you get the family getting the tattoos as well, man, it's a beautiful thing. It's addicting, but it's also fun at the same time. So nothing like those days of just going to the tattoo shop, either whatever time of the morning or night it is, and also having the right artist to make it be safe and spectacular. I mean, that just gets it. It's a great vibe. I got to say, if you've not experienced like myself and Stacy has, my goodness, it is a vibe. It's a time. I will say that it is a time.
It's not for everybody. Just
True.
like motocross isn't for everybody. I always tell people, you go out there, you try something. I actually used to skydive competitively, and it was always funny seeing new people out there trying to go for a skydive. They're like, oh, I really want to do this. You do your first jump. You're like, you know what? I think golf is more your style, but it's not for everybody. But definitely those of us who do enjoy it, it's great. They're so addicting. I remember too, I was 18 years old. I just turned 18, joined the military. finally got some reprieve, after being in boot camp and everything. And that was like literally the first thing I did is the moment that they released this, I jumped in a taxi cab, stopped at the Quickie Mart, grabbed a beer, went straight to the tattoo parlor, 18 years old in Texas. And that's exactly what I did. I remember coming back, everyone's like, oh, we did this, oh, we did that. What did you do? And I was like, I got tattooed. So.
Well, first off, from the military side of things, thank you for what you've done for our country. Absolutely. You're very welcome. What I got to say is like anything that we can't do here, like skydiving, like tattoos, military, motocross, what's next? We're going to snowboard? Are we going to have our regular Johnny Tsunami over here? We're going to get on the surfboard? Like what are we doing here? I love it.
Grew up surfing. I snowboarded all over the Alps and Dolomites when I lived there. I am the epitome of an adrenaline junkie. I have done so much. It's unbelievable the opportunities that I've had, and like I said, every opportunity that I come that's for me, I jump in head first. I just go for it and completely enjoy it. So yeah, I am your adrenaline junkie. So I'm always out there. If I'm not going fast, I'm not having fun.
To quote Talladega Nights and Ricky Bobby, if you ain't first, you're last. There you go. That's what it is. And I will say this, my real deal sex appeal, before we close this out. You are on all forms of social media. Where can we follow you? Twitter, Instagram, the whole nine. The floor is yours. Go ahead, Stacy.
Oh, thank you. Yes, you guys can follow me. I'm literally every platform is TS Stacy Lynn, no spaces, all together. I'm on Twitter. I'm on Instagram. I'm on OnlyFans. I am on Fansly. I have my Manny vids. And I will be streammates here really soon at TS Stacy Lynn and every other venue that'll be going. Hopefully you're going to get started here with loyal fans here really soon as well. And I'll be putting out some videos on Just for Fans, just getting all that all together. So, I mean, I'm really easy to find. Like I said, just TS, STACYLYNN. And that's where you can find me on everything. And if there's a venue out, if there's something out there that you'd like to see me on, please hit me up on something, let me know, and I'll gladly jump on board and try to push that out. Definitely trying to get out there a whole lot more and do more things and get out there for everyone to see. And hopefully you all enjoy what I put out there. And for those of you who do, I'm always trying to do great things. I love comments. I love people telling me what they enjoy, what they like. And I love working on different things to bring that enjoyment to all my fans.
Beautifully and eloquently stated once more, and the links will be in the description below this audio. And I will say, you're kind of like Evil Knievel with a voluptuosity factor, to put it in the most bluntest of terms. And I say that with the utmost sincerity and respect, ma'am, to you. And folks, if you want to check this show out, StephenMikeShow.com. You can check out my YouTube channel, Mike Larkin 92. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, comment, and check out many great interviews, including with this face over here with their overall grill, so to speak. And you can check out SM Show 1 MCL 92 on the Twitter, Larkin_92, M Larkin MB on the Instagram front. Links will be in the description for both myself and my guest, Miss Stacy Lynn. And Stacy, do you have any final words before we close this out to your fans, to the people? Any final words you got to say?
I just want to say thank you first and foremost for all of you for following me, liking me, and giving me a platform to work on. And I just want to let you all know that I absolutely love you. You're all beautiful. And remember, life is art.
I love that. And to add on to that point, besides life is art, ladies and gentlemen, as I always say to end each and every one of these shows, and I say it wholeheartedly with the greatest of mindsets and the overall professionalism and respect, beauty, strength, and dominance, the three key elements that make women the work of art that they are. And Miss Stacy Lynn, I include you in those sentiments. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Come talk to me. I love the way you're on to me. Looking at you, looking like you're wondering if we're here for the same reason. And I bet you wanna lay in the sun, getting love drunk, sticking like honey. Yeah, I bet you're here for some fun with that someone, feeling that something. If you're looking for a good time, honey, I'm right here. I'm right here. If you're looking for the good life, good vibes, you looking like you're into it. 'Cause we're here for the same reason. Yeah, I just wanna lay in the sun, getting love drunk, sticking like honey, like honey. Yeah, 'cause I'm just here for some fun with that someone, feeling that something, that's something. If you're looking for a good time, honey,